Hey, this is Andrew Brown. In this video, I want to take a look at IaC Generator, which supposedly can scan your account and allow you to quickly create CloudFormation templates from the things that it finds, okay? So just in case you have nothing in your account, I'm gonna go over to EC2 and we'll launch up an EC2 instance. And so I'll go launch an instance. I'm gonna go ahead and just say my EC2 instance. And I'm gonna go ahead and launch this template. I'm gonna go proceed without a key pair. I'm gonna launch this, and that's going to launch up. So we'll wait for that to provision, and once that's provisioned, we'll go over and then do a scan, okay? All right, so our EC2 instance is running, so we at least have something in our account. I'm gonna go ahead and start the scan, and we'll wait. It says this could take up to 10 minutes, but it takes a few minutes, and then we will proceed to the next step of creating a template, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and create ourselves a template now. We'll just call this my new template. We have a deletion policy, a retention policy. I do not care about these. I'm going to say delete here today. And we'll go here. And now what we can do is select resources. So understand that the resources are limited to whatever, if I did mention this before, what you have on Cloud Control API. So if Cloud Control API does not support it, then you're not going to be able to utilize those resources. But let's go take a look and see if we can find an EC2 instance. So EC2 instance, instance here. And we have a bunch here, some that exist, some do not. Question is, what one is this one? So we go over here, I01681, I01681, which is this one here. I notice that it's saying that this one's not managed by a stack, so this is clearly the one that we want. Some are managed by a stack, so obviously that's why we can't import them. We'll go ahead and hit next, and we will hit next. Well, actually, sorry, go back. I wasn't paying attention. And so we have additional related resources. The question is, like, if we add these, deselecting recommended resource can result in errors while importing the resources in the stack template. So my question is, like, if we import these, what happens if we delete these? Do these go away? Because here we have like a subnet and a VPC. Is it going to delete my default VPC if we delete the CloudFormation template? But I'm going to go ahead here and take a look because we have a deletion policy and a replace policy, right? So go ahead and we'll create that. Again, this is a test account, so I'm not afraid of doing that, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. And it's interesting that we can have CDK, we have template resources, template definition. I do not like CDK, but I can see that we have that as an option here. And so now we have our new template. So the thing is that even though we have this, does not necessarily mean that we've created a stack. So let's go ahead and create a stack. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I don't know if it's going to manage these resources, and when I delete them, if it will tear down those default ones. So if you're uncomfortable with losing your default VPC, don't proceed here. Just watch me do it and see me work through the problems. So now I'm creating this new stack. I'll just say my new stack. We'll go ahead and hit next. And we'll hit next. And we'll give it a moment to review the changes. I'm assuming we're importing the stack. There we go. So here's all those resources. Notice they're all set to import. We'll go ahead and hit next, and we'll import those resources, and we're going to spin that up. Okay, and so the question will be really, what will happen if we try to delete this stack? That's what I want to find out. So the import did not take that long, and here we have all of our resources. And now the question is, what's going to happen if I tear this down? And so I think this is where we should have had retention on some of these things, because if we go to our template, we can look at this, and this says what it will delete or update. And so this is where I think we could open this up in Application Composer. Okay, this might be just an easy way for us to edit this in line here. And what I want to do is just go and tell to retain certain things because I don't want to get rid of my VPC. So let's take a look here. We have, this just looks like a mess of stuff. I can't even make sense of any of it. So we have the network interface. So I want that to go away. We have the EC2 instance. So I want that to go away. We have the subnet. I don't want to delete that. Update replace policy. I'm going to take this out of here. I'm going to say retain. And then we have our EC2 volume attached. I don't care about that. We have our actual VPC, I want to retain this. I don't want to delete that. And I want to retain this. Also, just in case, go back to that subnet. I'll add that back in here, this one. Okay. And I mean, that's pretty much all I don't want to get rid of. I don't think that's the default VPC, so that's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and update this template. So to export your template, you need to create an S3 bucket. That's totally fine. I'm going to confirm that. So we'll create that template. And so now we are going to go hit next, because now it's referencing that template. And we'll say next. And we'll go hit next. I want to see the changes. Well, here's the thing. We didn't change anything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this. Because all we've done is we've changed the... we've changed what we want to happen to those things. So we're not actually changing anything. We're just changing the retention policies on the VPC and the subnet, because I don't want those to go away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this again. So I'm going to go and I want to change this template. So we'll go to template and we'll go back into Application Composer. I'm now liking Application Composer for this specific use case, but everything else I really don't care. And so what I want to do is I want to get rid of these resources. So I'm just going to do that by removing them from the template. Actually, no, wait. No, that's not what I want to do. I actually just want to go ahead. I'm thinking I'm using Terraform. Terraform, the idea is when you remove a resource, it'll delete it. I'm just going to go ahead and delete the stack. All right. And so we have one issue here. It says 2 validation errors to satisfy, must satisfy the regular expression. What are you talking about? Just delete the stack. We'll give this another refresh here. Oh, it is deleting it. Okay, great. And so I'm going to go to resources here, and it's failed to delete the volume, which is not a good indicator. So I'm expecting this is going to fail because of the volume. Maybe the volume has some kind of setting on it, but we'll wait for this to fail and then see what we need to do to get rid of it, okay? All right, so we have a failure here. Let's take a look and see what's happening. So of course, it was not able to delete this one here. We'll take a look and see what the exact problem is. Currently attached. So what do you need to do to get rid of that? That is not a clear error. Okay, so currently attached request ID. That doesn't tell me anything. So when you get errors that are very not clear, what we'll do is go over to CloudTrail. And we'll see if CloudTrail gives us any additional information. Sometimes it's good like that. It'll give us more stuff. So I think it was like detached volume that it failed on. Unable to detach the root volume from the instance. Okay. I'm going to take a guess here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stop the EC2 instance so that maybe it can detach it. So if I go here, well, where's our instance now? It's gone. So it is terminated, but it wasn't able to detach it, but it's gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to delete it again. And I'm going to try to delete it because if the volume's gone, it shouldn't have an issue here. Worst case, we can try to skip it next time, but I would like to try to get rid of it, okay? So we'll see what happens. All right, and I was able to delete the stack, so there we go. Yeah, so again, just having lots of confidence and just looking out for those things. I guess that retention thing is something you'll have to watch out for. I did not notice as we were creating that an option to tell it what we want to specify for. We still have the template there, but I'm just curious, like, if we go back through that again, yeah, it's for everything or nothing. And so you really would have to go in and tweak your template before you launch your stack. So just curious, if we go over to here, to this template, it doesn't show it here, but I guess, yeah, import edited template. Would that mean we could just replace this one? So I guess we could probably override this particular template here, but yeah, I guess you could copy it, bring it into Application Composer, save it to an S3 bucket, go back here and import it. I'm surprised they don't have integrations for this part. But yeah, that is IaC Generator. There you go.